I got shot when I was 23. I married a young lady that everybody was telling me not to, but I was like, look, y'all don't understand our love. So we get into a huge argument one day, and the first time I tried to leave, she ran out the house and like hit the windshield with a shovel and like shattered the windshield.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
Not too long after that, we get into another argument. So I had a pistol on deck at all times, so she wouldn't grab it. Like, you're not going to leave this time. You're going to listen to me finish this argument. I was holding our son at the time, right? I turn to leave. She shoots me in the forearm. The bullet goes through my forearm and goes across his forehead. I'm looking at my son. His face is bleeding. My arm's bleeding. I set my son down and I look. She's got the gun pointed at my head, bro. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready to leave. All I could do was close my eyes and all I heard was click.
Oh, shit.
So then she's messing with the gun. The only thing I can think of, like if I try to run, she gonna shoot me in the back. So I just ran towards her and just turned into a UFC maniac. Wop, wop. A few months ago, I did a podcast talking about how my ex-wife shot me. A clip of that video went viral. Here it is. Now, if you know that story, you know that I was holding our 2-year-old son during an argument. My ex-wife pulled a gun on me, shot me in the forearm. The bullet went through my forearm, grazed his forehead. Then she pointed the gun at my face and squeezed the trigger, and the gun jammed. God protected me. What you don't know is that I divorced her immediately. I got custody of our son, and she did 3 years in prison. She went on with her life. I went on with mine. Quick update, she just got arrested for murdering her boyfriend. It's all over the news. A Georgia woman was arrested years after the body of a man was found in an Alabama shallow grave. Long story short, she found out her boyfriend was cheating, shot him in the head 3 times while he was asleep. All right, here's the moral of the story. If you find out somebody is cheating on you, just leave. If you're in an abusive situation, just leave. And also, always stay prayed up.
Damn. Ooh. Shit. Homie definitely dodged a bullet that could have been prevented when he was younger. You hear what he say, fellas? People was telling me, what are you doing with her? What's, family members, friends, you ready for that? She seemed a little off. Things don't seem to be clicking there with her. You really want to deal with that? But like most young men, I was the same way, fellas. That's why I can talk to you young fellas. We try to avoid what's real because it's real. We try to run away from the truth because we're not ready to hear it. Up until things actually happen and the truth actually has to reveal itself to us in a form to where we can either lose our lives, go to prison, possibly, damn near losing your life or anything. Anything traumatic can happen to you, fellas, because you don't take that first step to actually listen. And that's why I'm here to prevent this, because social media wasn't around when I was coming up, and we had the OGs. Of course, we had our fathers and, people of that nature. There was a lot of magazines and all that shit out here for, hip-hop magazines, all that type of shit. Social media wasn't around, so you can't just click on anything and get and hear some truth and hear some real that can actually change you young fellas' lives. And you got it now. And now that you have something that can actually change your lives, there's no excuse for you to follow down that path. So always listen to those who came before you and those who can help prevent certain situations such as this. I'm going to get back to this game. I got other things to do just as well. So this video is for education purposes only, fair use only, to the extent. So YouTube chill, I'm going to copyright all the other shit. I be doing it, My video for education purposes only. Like I said, fair use only. Go to my description below my about section. You know how to get at me. Everything's there. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Go join the Patreon. It's up and it's lit and it's golden. Let's get into this. Let's talk about this real quick. Like he said, this could, he had people there, but he didn't listen. He's young, younger or whatnot. And, ran across one of these chicks that's crazy, deranged, psychopathic, someone. And you know what, fellas? I'm going to keep it real. A lot of these women, if they was to get evaluated, would need some kind of psychiatric therapy or something. They would need to see a psychiatrist. A lot of these women would need to actually be re-advised mentally. I should say they're re-advised mentally. Like, A lot of these women. Because, women got a lot of things set in power and in stone to go with them instead of against them like men. We got a lot of things to go against us. That's just the truth. It ain't no bullshit around it. That's why we got to be men and we got to stand firm and stand strong and know what we're doing and make calculated decisions so we can have our freedom, so we can live a little bit longer, you know what I'm saying? Not hit the grave and all that other shit. But women, they can move recklessly without any penalties, without any costs, without any punishments, judgments or shit. Up until you go to the extent, if you kill someone, you selling drugs, you doing something to that violent or, into some criminal activity to where it can't be overlooked, you got to get prosecuted, then, up until then, fella, they can move freely. They got child support on their side. They got domestic violence department and system that's for them. It's a lot of things, that's for them that we just simply don't have. So as men, we got to take calculated risks on protecting our safety. And in a situation like this man was holding his child. This nutty ass bitch shot through him. His forearm could have penetrated the child and killed the child. She don't care because she's going off her feelings. She's moving suicidally, for real, because it is a suicidal mission because you're damn near going to go to prison for the rest of your life. Well, at the end, she ended up going to prison for the rest of her life, right? Well, at least getting a lot of time. You're on a suicide mission, bitch. And that's the mission she was on. And she clicked the gun. He closed his eyes, prayed to God, hope she didn't kill him. That's a horrible situation, fellas, especially when the gun is pointed directly at you. And all it takes is a motherfucker to squeeze that trigger, that bullet to be released from his chamber, shoot straight out the barrel. It's a wrap. Watermelon, burst. Your brain, you out of here. You dead. There's no coming back. God was on the side. Yes, I believe in God. I'm a spiritual guy. I strongly believe. I don't do the church and all that. I don't do a lot of those. But yeah, I believe in God. I believe there's a higher power, of course. Now, I've been through a lot not to, I'm telling you. Trust me. But she over there fumbling with the gun and, by God be my witness, man. I don't advocate violence. I don't advocate none of that, man. She would have got hands and feet put on her, bro. To the max. Coma status. I'm sorry. You got to go to sleep for about 3-4 weeks, possibly 6 months at the most. You got me fucked up. You're not going to just take my life like this and I'm here with this child. That's why I said fair use only, education purposes only. This need to be taught to you fellas to leave and escape the situation before the shit take place like this did. You got a man here screaming and yelling his testimony on what he's been through. You have crazy women out there, and then vice versa, you got sick, crazy ass men just as well. If women are watching, I'm very transparent. Because this can go both ways right here. It can be taught in both ways, in both forms. Fellas and ladies and gentlemen, men and women, however you, boys and girls, whoever's looking. When you have a chance to escape situations and you see it up front, you got people telling you, best believe that's God talking to those people. Your spiritual guides, your ancestors in the afterlife, whoever, angels, whoever it is, talking to those people. They're putting it on their intuitions to come and tell you because you're blind. You're blind by the sex. You're blind by the love. You're blind by the cuddle and Netflix and chilling and all that other shit that you do with the bitch. You're blind. And when you're blind, someone got to unravel that fold that's around your eyes and release it. It got to happen, fellas. Shout out to what's his name, TK Kirkland. He said it best. You either gonna be upset and angry with the bitch, upset and angry without the bitch. Makes sense, but he haven't went into depth with it. I'm thinking, well, he missed it on the Drink Champs. Shout out to the Drink Champs. But I went into depth and I thought about it. Because great minds think alike, and we all need to align mentally as men, right? And we get a stronger force of masculinity. That's how it's supposed to be. But I look at it like this. You either going to be angry and upset and hurt and down and out and fucked up with her, or the same way without her. However, being without her fades away and you can get your happiness back. You can be back on guard, finding yourself, learning more and moving forward, learning from your past and what you went through and moving forward. If you're angry with her, you fuck around and die with her. You fuck around and die in the process of being with her. Who knows? And you'll be dead unhappy without conquering your mission for happiness. You get what I'm saying? That makes sense. So it's best to be angry and upset, leaving this bitch that you caught up on and attached to. Get over that shit. Shake it, man. It's your life that we talking about. You got a child. It's your children's life just as well. Fuck that bitch. And look what happened to her at the end of the day. Her negativity sparked to her actually fucking killing someone else and going to prison, possibly for the rest of her life. See how they go? See how that karmatic energy circles right back around, fellas? It's because the earth is round. Everything in this motherfucking universe comes right back to you. Whether it's good you putting out, it's bad you putting out. Oh, it's going to come back. And you can't be the judge on how it hits you, whether it's good or bad. It comes. That's what it is. You know, and you guys must understand that your safety, you living a long life, having longevity, you creating success, you living for your children, you being there for your children, you being that supporter, you being that the brain when they don't have the brain, you being the ear when they can't hear, you being the mouth when your children can't speak. You know, you breathing life into them in a positive way so they can get out here and become successful men and young ladies. I mean, young men and young ladies or whatnot. So they can grow into their maturity adulthood. Right? You can't do none of that dead. You can't do none of that behind bars. You can't do none of that if you do not change your ways and think, learn, try to get up outside of your box of being caught up on the pussy. And this shit won't happen to you. Like homie, he had to go through it. He said he divorced and got away from that. Now look what she's going through. Got away from being caught up on the pussy. And a lot of you guys, some are going through this or much worse. They probably found this channel and watching. And if I can help you, if I can help escalate some kind of prosperity within you so you can get out of your negative shell that you're in and this cocoon that you caught up in with your bitch and things ain't right and you know it ain't right, but you stand on the sake of the kids, on the sake of the marriage and love and all that bullshit. How the fuck can you stay on the sake of all that when you don't even love yourself? You're not even happy. Get the fuck up out of that situation. I advise you to. I strongly, strongly advise you to. And that's just real talk. Like these videos, share them and subscribe, fellas. And I hope I could penetrate the brain of those who are going through something like this. Or you see this in your relationship about to burst or whatnot, and you want to prevent it, come over and fuck with me. Like these videos, share them and subscribe. Or go join that Patreon just as well. Like I said, description's over there in the about section. Holla at me, man. Everything's there. Ain't no excuse. Holla.